Okay, so let's call to order the Policy and Curriculum Committee. Take a look at some of the policy updates. And the first one is 163. And from what I can see, there's some minor changes to it.
Correct.
I didn't have any concerns, right? Are any changes on this one?
I've never been a big fan of the ASB, so I didn't know that we even have this last paragraph in here, but I do like the fact that you're looking at possibly adding some other meaningful seminars beyond that. Okay. Next one is days and hours of instruction, and the only change is to, rather than having it made up at the end of the school year, or per negotiated agreement, it says scheduled by the superintendent upon consultation of the board. I thought that was fine. Use more of a word.
The only other thing that I saw was the 437 hours for kindergarten. And that was before, I believe, like kindergarten was mandated. I know state statute is still behind in that, so I didn't know if that was something we also wanted to look at to reflect our hours of instruction.
It says minimal, so.
I can go either way.
Well, you can still send your student part-time.
You could.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Right. So it's
no requirement.
it's still correct as it is, but it's certainly most of them have many more hours than that. Anything else?
That was all I saw on that.
We're on 323 for those that are following along. Basically, this policy addresses special observance days, and state statute pretty much defines what days are to be observed in public schools. And this policy hasn't been updated for about 8 years, going on 9 years. And since that time, there's been a number of days that have been added to statute that need to be observed in the schools. The only part that I would put out there, board members, that is not in statute yet is Patriot Day, September 11th. But all our schools honor and observe that day as well.
Okay, so what is the exact terminology in the state statute for schools in recognizing and observing these?
Pretty
I'll
much
just say-
similar to what's stated at the top. That doesn't mean it appropriately observed.
Okay, so that's pretty much
That's
it,
pretty
right?
Right.
Okay, because the Great Hundred in Ireland, I'm sure that it was great. We had a lot of Irish folks that were in charge and they put something in state statute. My heritage is Irish. I'm not knocking Irish people, I'm just saying, do students these days need to be forced to realize that there were 100 people in Ireland on March 17th?
Well, it goes beyond, in that particular case, the starvation piece in Ireland that basically led to defining Ireland the way it is now, with political division and religious contentions that go on. And basically this was the catalyst, that period of time was the catalyst that resulted in the way Ireland is operating today.
Well, so forget Ireland, so the rest of the world, so the United States is. Everybody came here. Well, not everybody, but a few people in Ireland, not my relatives. So, but what I'm saying, how do you recognize that?
Basically, recognition at just about all the schools is, today is, we are observing grade 100 in Ireland, being March 17th. What it means, and it just goes, it's pretty much an announcement on the PA, and that's
And on the back, it even says just displays or posters too, I guess, rather than it has to be.
right.
Because obviously a lot of us, we don't put a lot of emphasis and integrity in the school. All the time.
They're signing into a history class, but I don't know how many, at what point they have world history.
I had trouble with the next paragraph, the POW of Remembrance Day, April 9th. Just the phrasing here, this day is set aside, so you scratch out the numbers. This
Sure.
date is set aside, down to the commitment.
Okay.
But the biggest problem I had was April 9th also commemorates the date during World War II in 1942, when the largest number of Americans was captured, were captured in the conquest of Bataan. April 9th commemorates the date of the infamous Bataan Death March, when thousands of American soldiers were captured by the Japanese army and forced to march 80 miles to their prison camp. I think we're gonna have it. I'd like to phrase
Differently.
more
That's fine.
inclusive.
Right.
I like that, Bob.
Not just state, the largest number of Americans were captured.
Or thousands.
So I guess my question is as more and more people get elected to the state legislature, and they throw more of these days in to observe, at what point do we say, you know what does the exact state statute say that, is this required, or is it suggested?
No, these are required. They're
Okay.
itemized out by date in a list.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
really don't
that's
spend
very
that much
similar
extra
to-
time on it, it's just
Yeah.
announce it in the morning, so.
Right. And like I said, the day that's not listed in statute is September 11th.
Which is
And
twice.
occasionally, they're spending time on that. So,
The one above that, Robert M. La Follette Day. Most distinguished political leaders and founder of the National Progressive Party.
I read that way, didn't even notice it.